Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a custom pet pillow. If you're anything like me who's obsessed with their dog, you've probably thought, I don't have enough stuff in my house with my pet's face on it, right? Just kidding. Maybe not. So today, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a custom pet pillow. So if that's something you're interested in, keep watching. We're first going to start our project by going to cutecutter.com, and this is the website we're going to use to upload our pet photo to convert it into an SVG file. So here I'm just uploading my cute picture of Lola into Cutecutter, and don't be alarmed if at first it turns out to look like something from your nightmares like it does here. We're going to adjust the settings off to the side. So basically you just want to mess with these settings on the side until you get it to where it looks like an actual dog, but B, you want it to look like a good file for the Cricut to cut out. So it might take a while, but that's okay. So here I've gotten my picture to what I want it to look like. Now we have to remove the background. For whatever reason, when I tried this before, Cricut Design Space would not let me remove the background when I edited and uploaded the photo, so you can do it in here. It pretty much is the same thing wherever you're doing it. So the next step is you'll want to save your image to your documents or your desktop, and then you'll want to open Cricut Design Space, and we'll begin our process there. So with any good project, you first want to upload an image into Design Space. And you can see me just dragging and dropping it. That's probably the easiest way to upload. And then you'll click on your picture that you want to insert into the canvas onto Design Space. And then when this image imported from Cricut Cutter, it had two background layers. One is pink, as you see here, and one was white. So we're just going to turn both of those off because we don't need them for this project. So next step is I'm going to add some text. I'm going to add Lola's name onto the pillow that we're making. So I'm just messing around with the fonts here and figuring out which one will look the best. Once you figure out what font you want to use for your project, we're going to weld everything together to make it one continuous cut. We're going to save our project and then click on Make It. And remember, when you are using heat transfer vinyl, you always want to mirror your image. This is really important. Don't forget. And Cricut Design Space now actually warns you to mirror it before you cut it out when you use particular types of vinyl, which is nice. So you want to set your base material to everyday iron-on, which is what we're using. And then you'll see there with a little red exclamation point, it'll remind you to mirror. So once you have your heat transfer vinyl on your mat, you want to go ahead and load it onto your machine to cut it out. So while your image is being cut on your Cricut, I'm going to show you how to make a pillowcase for this project. I'm going to be using a 14-inch by 14-inch pillow insert, and with my fabric and fabric cutter here, I'm going to be cutting out 3 different pieces of fabric. The first one is going to be 14 by 14 inches, which will be the front of your pillow where our image will be heat pressed onto. And then this kind of pillowcase is going to have an opening in the back so you can remove it and make it a little bit easier for washing purposes, which is nice. So the back pieces will both measure 9 inches by 14 inches. So with the two back pieces, you'll want to fold in the top about 1/2 inch to create a little bit of an edge here. I'm ironing that down using my Cricut Mini Easy Press, which I love. And the reason why we're doing this is because we just want it to have like a neat edge, because you'll see this where the pillow, the opening in the back is. So we just want it to look very finished, which it will when you sew a straight edge here. Then when you're finished with that, you're going to line them up with your front piece. And I know this is kind of hard to tell because I'm using all white fabric, but when you line it up, you want the right sides of the fabric together. So if you're using fabric with a design on the front of it, you'll want that design to be not visible on the top here. You want them facing together. So next, I'm just going to clip the edges together. I'll tell you what, if you've never used sewing clips before, they're a game changer. Pins are nice, and I still use pins for certain things, but the clips, man, they're where it's at. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to sew all the way around in a square for your pillow cover. Then when you're finished, you're just going to clip the corners, and you want to be careful not to cut into the thread that you just sewed there. But the cutting of the corners just makes them a little less bulky and a little sharper when you flip this right side out. You can see here I used my scissors to poke out the edges. Sometimes this isn't the smartest idea. I saw this online somewhere how to do it, and some people are like, oh, don't ever do that, but hey, it works for me, so that's what I use. Just be careful when you're using scissors. You don't want to poke through your project. Okay, so that's basically it for the pillowcase. Now our image is done being cut, and look at that. You can see Lola, kind of. She looks so cute. Next task is, it's going to take a really long time, and it doesn't look like it because I edited a lot of this out for the sake of time for this video, but you want to weed out the negative vinyl from this image. It'll help if you have a hard time figuring out what the negative is. You want to look at the image that you cut. I always do that for projects where there's a lot to weed. I always reference the photo and design space to help me. Here I'm prepping my pillowcase before I press our design onto it, and I'm just getting any stray Lola hairs off of it that found their way on there. You want to pre-press your pillow for about 5 seconds on 305 degrees. So next we're going to put our image onto our pillowcase and get it ready to be heat pressed. Here you can see I'm folding to try to find the center of the image so that I can line it up onto my pillowcase. And then you're going to press your design at 305 degrees for 15 seconds. That's usually the time and temperature for Easy Weed. And you want to make sure you follow those heat settings. I know sometimes people online especially say like, oh, well, I pressed it at 297 degrees for 37 seconds and it worked. And you really want to just follow the directions there. Okay, and here is our finished product. This is with the pillow insert obviously inside, and I think it turned out super cute. Lola, do you like your pillow? Do you like your pillow?